Hey everybody!
Hello everyone.
This is Will and Faith with Get to the Root. We have our babies here.
Yes.
And we are all so excited to be coming to you before you today because there is an amazing event, a life transforming event that's going to take place that's going to be some just great information that will not only help you, but will help your entire family. I know we all are aware of the epidemic of obesity that's going on. And not only is it affecting adults, it's affecting our children, our next generation, right? So if we as parents cannot get to the root of this obesity epidemic, not only for ourselves, but for our children, statistics have shown that our children will not
lost.
They'll be lost, you know. So we want you all to register for this free event. Who don't like free?
We love free.
Right? Free is good, right,
free
y'all?
Is awesome,
free is awesome. But the Real Truth About Weight Loss Summit is coming up March 16th. 32 experts will be interviewed by our friend and mentor, Chef AJ. On March 16th, and we want everyone to register.
Please.
And please review this information for free in the comforts of your home. Okay, free online. And it will totally transform your life, your family's lives. And you know, as parents, if we say we love our children, you know, we make things happen, right?
Absolutely.
So,
the best thing we can do is to be here for our children.
Yes.
So that means that we also need to take heed. And some of this powerful information that's going to be shared with us. Okay.
See you there.
Anything we do in America is not common sense. It can't be. We're the most obese country in the world with the shortest life expectancy while spending the most money.
The reason our kids are likely going to live shorter lives than we are is because of the obesity epidemic.
What's happened is that our ever-industrious, creative, imaginative food industry got busy in the laboratories and came up with hyper-palatable foods.
When you think about salt, oil, and sugar, they're not actually foods. They're food byproducts that have been concentrated that are added to actual food in order to stimulate dopamine production in our brain.
Humans are hardwired to be attracted to fat, sugar, salt for our survival. Manufacturers fuse them into products to create something we call the bliss point, and it becomes very challenging to stop eating.
Sugar, fat, and salt work in the same receptors in the brain where opioids work.
Many of these processed food companies were purchased by the tobacco giant. Do you think that the tobacco giant has some idea of how to habituate people?
Body fat takes hormones that come through it and converts them. It's an active chemical factory. For a woman, having too much estrogen can be linked to breast cancer.
Stop kidding yourself that eating this stuff doesn't have profound effects inside our body. This massive fat releases inflammatory cytokine. Biologically, obesity is not a state of health. Obesity is a state of inflammation.
There's a lot of conditions that are conclusively linked to excess body weight. Back pain and blood pressure, cancer, diabetes, arthritis, infertility, heart disease, and I could go on and on.
And when you eat these processed foods and you have dopamine insensitivity, it makes you more likely to become depressed. 100 years ago, 1 in 100 Americans are mentally ill, and now it's 1 in 5 Americans.
Our number one killer is cardiac disease, and yet the foods that create cardiac disease are subsidized by the government. That just cannot happen. We have to start subsidizing the foods that make us healthy, not the foods that make us sick.
Unfortunately, there's some authors who will say pretty much anything to sell books, and by telling people what they want to hear, it's a good way to make a bestseller. It just happens to be irresponsible because it's not true.
In medical school, doctors learn what we will get reimbursed for later on. In medical school, we get about 4 hours or so of actual nutrition education.
We've been told a lie for many, many years, and that lie is being perpetuated. There has to be a paradigm shift.
People always try to lose weight by exercising more, eating less, and starving themselves. That's the exact opposite of what you should do.
So a lot of us beat ourselves up because we think, well, it must be us. The problem is us.
We don't have to feel ashamed or hide because it's not us, it's the food.
Oftentimes people believe that their DNA is their destiny, that they're destined to be obese. And study after study is continually telling us that our DNA is not our destiny, that when people make dramatic lifestyle changes, that these things play a role in our epigenetics and begin to transform our body from the inside out.
We found in just 3 months over 500 genes were changed. Turning on the good genes, turning off the bad genes, turning off the genes that cause weight gain, chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and so on. And when you change the type of food, you can eat whenever you're hungry, you can eat until you're full, and you can still lose weight and keep it off.
You can't write anybody off. You never know what people have inside of them.
And we're begging you, just make this journey.